That definitely answered a few questions. Hope you enjoyed that part in this Sullivan Adams game and latest review of The Legend of Korra Season 4 Balance Episode 2, Korra Alone. Oh, it starts off with we're trying to explain why Korra is gone, why she's in some kind of underground fighting. Now, we thought she was a street fighter, but no. Apparently, it's more to the story than that. Yeah, apparently, 6 months after what happened with Zahir, she couldn't let go of all this, and she couldn't walk for a long time. Every time she tries to focus, at least tries to bend, and she keeps seeing Zahir, and she couldn't focus on herself. And it was very, very hard for her to walk. I mean, it took her over 6 months to regain at least some control of her limbs. And it was very heart-rending. We all saw how bad it was for her. I think to me she's suffering from early stages of PSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. That's my version of the concept. And we all know how PTSD, the body experiences a traumatic experience, and when they experience a certain action, it triggers that experience to the point where their heart elevates, their body starts to, and she experiences the pain over and over again, seeing visions of Zahir. I mean, her friends wrote her dozens and dozens and dozens of letters, but she never responded back. In fact, the only person she wrote back to was Asami, but she asked her to keep it quiet about from Bolin and Mako and from the others, because she hasn't wrote to them either. It's very hard. She even invited Tenzin to witness her match, her in a sparring match with the Firebender, but she's still seeing visions of Zahir. It's very, very hard for her. For 2 years, she was there in the South Pole for 2 years, and it's very hard for her to find her answer. So why is this happening? Even though it was all because of some crazy man with his heroic ideals and hypocritical standing, he thinks that he can create order through chaos, and that's what Zahir was all about. He literally broke Korra so badly that she's starting to become more and more distant from her friends and her family. It's very, very, very heart-rending, and not something you take in lightly. So I gotta feel bad. I really do feel bad for Korra. I am sorry. I really do feel sorry for her. But you gotta give Korra credit, because she's not giving up. She is literally not giving up. She went to, after even spending 2 years, she decided to go back to Republic City, but she's still haunted by those traumatic experiences to the point so badly where she sees visions of herself in the Avatar state, covered in chains from when Zahir tried to kill her. It's like a part of her spirit is gone, and it's literally present. I mean, she even went back to the spirit world, to the Tree of Time, and to try to reestablish a connection with Rava. It's like Rava herself has become physically separated from her, and she's trying to come back to her in visions of herself in the Avatar state. But Korra can't just literally ask her to come back. It's like she's going through physical, mental trials, and she's seeing visions of her going through everything from being chained up to fighting Zahir, to literally suffering the effects of the poison in her body. It's like another test for her, and she's to the point where she has no choice. She couldn't go to Republic City. She had to travel back, and she had to travel all over the world. I mean, her mind is such a mental state. And she went to this port where she was close to Republic City, and there was a robbery. She couldn't even stop the hoods. I mean, they blinded her, but they blinded her. They used earth and some dust got in her eyes, but they blinded her for a minute. But they still got away, laying two street bloods like that. That wasn't the old Korra. But with the Korra we have now, it's hard for her right now. Oh, and FYI, that same port is where Aang took a picture with some guy who sells sushi rolls. Now he call him Aang rolls. There's even a picture of Aang doing that airbending thing when he spins a whole bunch of rocks. Say, "Can I do? Now look at this." It's like episode 4, season 1 of the Avatar Aang, the Last Airbender, Warriors of Kyoshi, when he bended those rocks as a trick. At first Katara didn't get it, but then when she saw the people of Kyoshi Island, big hit. And Aang in that picture was very, very... In fact, Korra, she turned down help from a lot of people. She turned down people's help. She even turned down the help of the spirits, as they really couldn't stop her her from. They wanted to help her, but she turned them down. And one of the reasons, also, if I don't mention this now, one of the reasons why she was in that underground fight club, she's still haunted by the by the memory and seeing her avatar self continuing to trying to lead her to her, and she tries to confront that, and to the point where she literally goes into the ring to fight. Her opponent wasn't the other Earthbender. It was the shadow self of her and the Avatar say when Zahir tried to kill her. She's literally fighting her dark half. To the point where when she's seeing her opponent, she's seeing her dark half, and she's so overwhelmed that her dark half wins, and it's not real, and she can't tell which is real and which is fantasy. So basically, it's all in her head. Until when she leaves the ring, she sees a dog, and this dog also has the ability to sense the other presence. And that means it's not all of her imagination. She's not hallucinating. That means it's something there. Yeah, and this dog is not just any dog. This dog guides her to the forest, and apparently it's the spirit that she turned down, but followed her and helped her in the form of the dog. Now, to the point where she goes to the forest, she battles her other her other self literally overwhelms her. She even drives her into a pit. This pit would literally look like the same liquid metal as the poison that was in her system. She drowns into. She's literally pulled in, has no feel, until she falls, until she meets this woman that's in the swamp. This woman, we have no idea who it is, until he finds out that she knows about the Avatar, until Korra sees her face. And it's really tough. One of the most badass characters of The Last Airbender is back. And she's living in the swamp now. And she looks like she's wearing some of the old clothes she's had from when we first saw her. You know, some of her old clothes, but it's not, you know, from season 2 and season 3. The second half of season 3, like during the whole Day of Black Sun thing. And it's definitely tough. It seems like she's abandoning certain civilization, certain law of civilization. I think she could be literally like an Earth guru. Like, with all the, think about it. With all the things that Korra has seen and gone through, Katara tried to help her physically and she couldn't help her mentally. And when it comes to Toph, she helped Aang mentally by trying to overcome fear overcome his trials of being an Earthbender with bravery and strength. Maybe she could be the anchor that finally nails Korra down after all the physical trials. If anyone could probably help her, it's Toph, because she knows that sometimes my soft, gentle approach can be helpful. But when it comes to Toph and her method, sometimes it's the harder, more blunt approach. So hopefully with Korra, that's what she needs. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. Thank you. This is Sellavin. I'll put the link down in the description. Korra needs stability, and hopefully with Toph's abilities and with Koff's teaching, she can teach her to see what cannot be seen. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. Thank you. Signing off.